We sadly fail to understand the word risk. So, say you're traveling from Goa to Pune in your four wheeler with your family. On an average, in which gear you'll drive your car? So, people tell me they'll drive in the fourth or the fifth gear, right? Correct? But tell me, haven't you heard in the news or read in the newspaper that a family died because it was traveling very fast on the highway? Correct? So probability of an accident when you're driving fast is higher than when you're driving slow. But still on an highway when you're traveling a far distance, we drive fast. We drive in the fourth or the fifth gear. So when I tell this to people, people say you're being impractical. So how can I drive in the first or the second gear when I'm traveling to Pune? Correct. So the point I'm trying to drive over here is that there's nothing known as escaping risk. In a normal life, also we travel outside, we walk on the road, we travel on the bike. There is risk. So in finance also, there's no product where there is no risk as such. There is risk everywhere. Say if you want to stop your vehicle in 10 meters next to a wall, you have to drive in the first gear, right? Otherwise, you're going to strike the wall and damage your car. But say if you want to travel to Pune, you can't travel in the first gear, right? So in investment management, also the logic is same. You have to travel from point A to point B. Now you need to understand the distance between the two. So if the distance is huge, you have to drive your car, investment car in the fourth or the fifth gear. If the distance is lesser, if you're traveling lesser shorter distance, you have to drive your investment vehicle in the first or the second gear. So this is what is investment planning as such. What happens with us? We don't understand the difference between point A and point B when it comes to investments. We want to drive the car of investments always in the first and the second gear, whatever the scenario might be. 100 becoming 90 is a capital risk, and to avoid that, all our investments are done into assets where 100 can never become 90. You are happy with moderate returns, you are happy with 110 after how many years as possible. You don't care about the years much. This is why we are poor investors. Today, inflation is eating up your returns. Inflation is basically percentage increase in the cost of living expenses. If that is around 5 6% and your FD is also giving you 6%, how are you going to create wealth? So I met a client recently who told me that he has a daughter who is 9 years old and a sister of age 23. Both of them, he has to get them married by the age of 25. So daughter has around 15 16 years to go and his sister has 2 years. So I asked him what is his plan for them. So he told me that FD खुलवाया है. Then I meet clients who tell me that my RD is running and I want to finance my daughter's education or daughter's marriage. So tell me one thing, how are you going to create wealth? If your tenure, if the difference between point A and point B is so huge and you're driving in the first and the second gear, how long will it take to reach there? Just try to understand. So basically, there are two types of risks. Risk. One is the capital risk, and second is the purchasing power risk. In For the capital risk, for example, for the that client sister's marriage, he can't take capital risk because the tenure is less. The distance between point A and point B is very less. So he has to invest in secured and very low volatility investments like FDs and RDs. But in the second case, if he uses the same strategy for his daughter who has 15 years, inflation is going to eat up their returns. They are not going to create wealth. So for that, you require to invest in businesses which over the period of time will give you higher returns. But in the short term, there can be volatility. So we all know that going outside on the road, driving a car, we can meet with an accident, right? But what can we do? We can drive the car in a slightly careful way, right? So, for example, if you have a kid at home, if anybody has a kid at home, and we don't send him outside to play, to school, to go outside, play, whatever, how is that child going to develop? So, if we tell him to stay at home, don't send him outside, be very protective. So, that is a bigger risk, right? He's not going to be able to fight the competitive world tomorrow. So, but that is what we do with our money. We just drive it in first and the second gear. So please plan your lives. So basically you need to understand your life goals. You need to understand the time period which is there to reach there, and accordingly derive a strategy. Thank you.